Warning, the following video contains the C word a lot. So if you're not into that, leave now. So, my Outrageous Act went through many stages before it became what it now is. And originally what I wanted it to be was a big, massive gorilla act with mirrors and signs in as many PSU women's bathroom stalls as I could possibly afford to fill with a sign and a little handheld mirror, and the sign says, "Have you seen your cunt today?" I didn't really have the time or funds to buy like a few hundred mirrors, so I decided to just go with one mirror, one sign, and hope that the message gets out there. So I go to the bathroom armed with a sign that looks a little something like this, and a mirror that looks a little something like this, and I posted it up. And it's as simple as that. But the meaning behind it is a little more significant, I suppose, because I think that body image was one of the issues covered in the class that really hit home the most for me. Because I think that there is a lack of awareness and a lack of acceptance of female sexuality as something more than like a tool to manipulate men or something that men have control over. Well, this is at least heterosexually speaking, that is, in mainstream culture. So, I think it's a really powerful thing for women to take charge of their sexuality and embrace it and celebrate it as something that is yours and yours only, and yours to share with who you choose to share it with, and not anyone's to own or tell you how to possess. So that's what this was all about. So I also went back and forth a lot about the language to use for this. I was like, should I say pussy? Should I say vagina? What is the most PC here? And then I just realized, whatever, it's an outrageous act. I'm gonna say cunt. Why not? It's outrageous. I don't really have any personal qualms with the word itself. If you are offended by it, you have perfectly good reasons to be, but I thought, if I'm gonna go all out, I should use the most controversial word that I can use in this context. So I did. And I read a lot about the history and the etymology of the word, and I read about like the vagina dentata, which is the toothed vagina, and that is something that's like a cautionary tale that's told in many cultures to like not have premarital sex because she might have teeth in her coochie. Anyway, I read a lot about the word, and there's been a lot of back and forth about it, and I think that it sort of goes along with the same message that I was trying to convey with the entire project itself, that there isn't really anyone that can tell you what to call your junk. I also think it's really interesting that slang used to refer to male genitalia is, seemingly to me at least, less abrasive and offensive than slang used to refer to female genitalia. Also, like, calling a guy a dick is way more common and way less intense than calling a woman a cunt. Like, it's a pretty big deal. Cunt is probably one of the most offensive words in, well, the English language. Obviously, it's important to know when to be really offended because someone is calling you an awful name and they mean it to be something awful. But the fact that we are so afraid and so offended by this word that really is just that, a word, means that we're looking at it the wrong way. And it means that we've been led down this road of being afraid of our own bodies and being afraid of the words and terminology used to refer to them and afraid of what they look like themselves. To the point where people can completely shatter our image of ourselves by calling us a name. And that's pretty fucked up, to be as blatant as I possibly can be. So, like, this, this project was partially about celebrating your body and about celebrating your sexuality and owning it and having it be yours and yours only. And also about reappropriating a word that really is just a word.